And now Adrian Lamb, one of the great thrills of his rugby league life, leads the Maroons out onto Suncorp Stadium for game one in the State of Origin for the Coca-Cola Trophy in 1997. New faces, new sponsors, and a marvellous atmosphere. And now Jeff Tuvey takes out the New South Wales Blues. 2 debutants compared with 5 in the Queensland ranks. And again, like in 1995, a team gushing with talent. And here they go. The Blues on to Suncorp Stadium. Kelvin Jeffs has the whistle for his first State of Origin. Sideline Steve Roach, Trevor Gilmister. As we go into State of Origin for 1997, Brasher gets the first touch. They go looking for Carroll. And plenty have vowed that they will square up the situation tonight. Dangerous pass. Moore got it away. Aiken is running with it. Aiken crunched from behind by Wishart. 20-metre line. Queensland on the attack. Good chance for them. They go for the kick across the ground. Brasher takes it in goal. Then from Ghana. Aiken is with it. Aiken! 5 tackles gone, 3 metres out. Bartram, Adrian Lamb, and intercepted by McGuinness. Gets the pass away for Wishart. And the Blues out to the 30-metre line. Johns, Kosef, Tuvey, and then Hill. A battering awaiting him. Dallas and Coyne and Aiken. Menzies then.
Did appear as though both Ken McGuinness and then Rod Wishart was going to get into open spaces and go pretty much the length. But they covered pretty well the Maroons there. Fortunately for them, that last play went astray. Tried to run the football on the last tackle, and now the Blues, 3 gone, about to take it into opposition territory.
Adam Muir pushing it down. Brasher's with it. Weaves his way off that left foot. Penalty to New South Wales now. So the pendulum swing. 38 metres out. It's on its way and looking good. There they are. First points in the game to the Blues.
Neil Tierney being assisted from the field again.
To the 40-metre line. 2 points to 0. New South Wales. Now Dimmick. Dimmick looking for Brasher. He's found him. Brasher evasive as always. Back for John. Johns puts his foot down. 20 metres out. Then Tuvey. Now Kosef. McGregor's back on the sideline. Kosef, a floating pass. Finding McGuinness in 17. Puts in a little grubbing kick. Kosef is offside. Back rower Bartram. Kosef. Off for Muir. And Kelvin Jeffs, I fancy, has seen another high tackle.
I think it'll be the same man too, Ray. And I believe he's got a call from the far touch judge.
And a much more difficult kick. He's pushed it wide. And Queensland with their fullback O'Davis coming away from the in goal. And now they're just inside the 30. Johns puts on a sprint. Larson's got him. 5 gone. Will they go for the high kick? Whatever it has been, punctuated by an injury here to Andrew Johns.
Oh no. He's had an ankle problem all year. He's just come back from that. And you would think, in the picture we're seeing now, that let's hope it's a different injury, but this may well be the problem that's kept him out for the first couple of months of the season. Nick Kosef leaving the field. Ray pointed out that he had a little bit of a leg problem earlier.
Steve, what's the story on Andrew Johns?
Yeah, they're worried that he's got a crack in the ankle. It's his left ankle. It's not the one that was done before, and he will not be back.
And 2-0 still. A very low-scoring State of Origin match. Here's a chance. The ball goes out to the winger. That's Wishart. Then McGregor. McGregor's on his way for the line. First try of the Origin. Scored by Paul McGregor. 20 of Illawarra in a 2.
It's a telling blow. They went to the right-hand side, slide through, and as we freeze play there, you can see that John Simon coming up on the inside, too much speed for the cover defence coming across for Queensland, and he slides through. The tackle is missed. The pass thrown to Wishart. Robbie O'Davis was there to confront him, but Paul McGregor, who'd backed up, the big sidestep at the end to beat Robbie O'Davis. Very good work. Let's have a look. John Simon stayed alive, and it's Jim Dimmick who slides through, gets the tackle back, and the big man Craig Smith just didn't have the speed to keep up with John Simon.
It's intelligent play from the Blues. They've virtually parked their 5'8" Jim Dimmick on the right-hand side of the field for the entirety of the first half. And that could well be playing towards Matt Singh, which we mentioned earlier, is playing out of his favoured position at right centre. He's defending the left-hand side of the field. Danny Moore and Matt Singh are obviously the two players that they have targeted out of position in the line.
And he scores a try. Wishart then bringing it round. Oh, it's a good kick by Wishart. 10 metres away from the line. Then through Lamb. Through from Aiken. Rolled in by Smith. Brasher makes a mistake, but forced according to the referee.
You don't see Tim Brasher make a mistake too often.
Goddard. Schloss. Goddard puts the grubber kick in, tries to do it himself, but Brasher read him. But it didn't seem to shake him up, the St George back rower. That went over the shoulder and backwards to Larson. He puts a short ball down then for O'Davis. And O'Davis follows through his own kick, hoping for the bounce. The kick is there. Oh! Dallas was taken, but was he in possession? That's not even a question, apparently.
No way he was in possession of the ball, but the referee claiming that it was okay. The man was committed. As Harrigan leaves the field, and the most recent update on Andrew Johns is that he has a suspected broken fibula just above the left ankle.
To the right for Aiken, to the 10-metre line, showing it. Drifting across the park. Kosef makes the tackle with Tuvey. Queenslander starting to rise. Lamb. Now O'Davis puts it into Hearn's hands, then for Lamb. Lamb! 2 metres out from the line, the little captain, the number 7, doing his best. Aiken puts the kick in. Misunderstanding, but the in-goal judge has pointed at McGregor. Forced by McGregor.
Well, another set of 6 coming their way.
They're 15 out from the line, the Queenslanders. This is their 3rd attack in a row on the New South Wales line. Here's Matt Singh. Oh, that was a chance. Danny Moore only had to catch it. The coach's head goes down.
He's done a terrific job here, Matt Singh.
Wishart has only just come back from a shoulder injury, and now it looks like that injury has come back to nag at him again. What's the story on Rod Wishart, Steve? Is it a recurrence of that shoulder?
Yes, certainly is. It's a pop shoulder. He will not be back tonight.
Played by Jason Smith. Goddard did well a dummy half. Aiken puts the kick in, looking for the line, and the ball bounces unfavourably for him. In fact, Brasher got a very good take on it, and across the ground they go. McGregor linking up there, or Ainsko it was. Hill gets away from Dallas, and then steps his way through the Manly centre. Keeps it alive for the Blues. That is McGuinness. Played by the Western Suburbs youngster. Simon put down by Billy Moore. New South Wales, the last couple of times they've had the ball, they've made inroads. Menzies does the same. Tuvey. Across the shoulder of Harrigan. Brasher. And running straight into Goddard, he's put down. Easy prey. 1 hour of the game almost gone. Kosef accepted by Larson. 20-metre line just in front of Nick Kosef. Then for Simon. On the right, Dimmick kicks, looks for the outside man running. It was McGuinness, but it beat him to the line. Aiken pushing it across. Lamb running with it. Lamb. Oh yes, he's through! Lamb down to the 20, looking for Dallas and finding him. But they find the sideline.
Well, we've got the touch judge coming in, so there may be some interference in the support play. Adrian Lamb sliced through. He tries to position Brett Dallas, but I just wonder whether Jamie Ainscough is going to be the man penalised for holding on to Dallas.
Lamb. Bartram, 2 metres out from the line. Goddard appealing for a quick play of the ball. Almost impossible. Brasher might have been offside. Here's Lamb trying to get through. He's over. Lamb is across. It's 8 points to 4.
Oh, genius, Paddy. No king at goal. He's the best.
Never in doubt. And the captain has done it all on his own. He's carried a player 3-4 metres over the line. He cut him up on the other side moments ago, and this time he's done it all himself. And he really's got no right to score this try because there's enough defence there. He's through the dummy, and he carries Tim Brasher and Stephen Menzies over the line. That's a marvellous effort. Totally outweighed by the 2 men that he takes across with him. It's just sheer guts and determination that sees him get across there and put the ball down.
Yeah, tremendous work. Tim Brasher up in the defence line there on the try line. Lamb looks for a double pump here to bring O'Davis into the play. Gets himself on the smallest defender in the line, Brasher.
Bartram bringing it around and over. Queensland are behind by 2. Schloss.
Tell you what, he'll be hard to keep out of the starting lineup for the next match. Jeremy Schloss. Adrian Lamb gets the kick in, but an easy one for Brasher.
Coming away from his 20-metre line. The New South Wales fullback, and they cannot afford to lose the ball on this set of 6. Not down this end of the park anyway. McGuinness to the 40. 8-6, New South Wales. Toovey! He's made a clean break! Ball goes to ground. Coyne turning it back, beating 1. Country boy. Jason Smith puts in a kick and allowed to bounce. Oh! It's a chance for Queensland. Coyne! Now it's with Goddard. Back for O'Davis. The last tackle is with us. And that is the turnover. Then Goddard, and running himself the number 9, getting it back for Hearn, pushing it across on the left of the ground for Moore, Singh. Then it's Coyne. Coyne tries to split them. It's with O'Davis. Back it goes for Hearn. The big man's legs won't take him anywhere. And Goddard it is that's put down. Lamb again. Has he got any juice left, Adrian Lamb? He's really given it his all. Jason Smith is with it now. Bartram. Hearn. Rolling it up. Larson. Gary takes it to the 30-metre line. 5 tackles gone. The high kick across the ground. Is that on? Yes, here it comes. Off the boot of Lamb. Not a great kick. He leads the charge, but Ainscough is with it for the Blues. Inside the last minute. Last 30 seconds on the clock, and Dallas is with it again. More than significant.
Sorry, Ray, need to get close enough to put a kick up.
Goddard. Bartram scooting into dummy half. Adrian Lamb, a long pass. Inside from Aiken. Billy Moore running off him. Then for Aiken again. Now it's Tierney drifting across the ground. They're going back, looking for Dallas. Here he is with the ball. Puts the kick in. Brasher is with it. The siren in the background is it. Brasher goes to ground, and there it is. The first origin for 1997 going to New South Wales. 8 points to 6. What a valiant Queensland. They have stuck to their guns, they've stayed in the match and given themselves a chance of victory right to the final siren. But victory was not to be. New South Wales winning the opening origin match by 2 points at 8 points to 6. Quite a long walk from the sheds that Trevor Gilmister was talking about earlier on, and now on to a ground that they will probably find quite greasy. dampened by the rains here in the southern capital. But the Blues are out there in front of a crowd that enlarged rather rapidly. It went from probably 15 to 20, 25 very, very quickly. Where's Billy? Big night for them. Big night for everybody. The game on show again in Melbourne in a year that has been in more ways than one turbulent for this great game. They've gone for David, and he blows time on. So in front of the Melbourne crowd at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, State of Origin 2 is off and running, and Larson is the first to bring it back, playing in his 20th consecutive Origin match tonight. And now the Maroons, they go on the right of the ground for Jason Smith to be hit and put down. Good opportunity for the Blues on the second tackle and their first sight of enemy territory. They go away through Kosef, wide for McGregor, who put the ball over the stripe in the first one. He goes inside the 20, put down 15 away from the Queensland line. For Dimmick then to throw the dummy and then give it for Tuvey on the second occasion. Misunderstanding there. McGregor flick passes. New South Wales are over. McGuinness has gone in on the far side of the ground. It was all too simple. Ken McGuinness has gone over to score in his second Origin match.
Yes, and you'll find that it was young Stuart Kelly who's had an unfortunate start to this game who is at fault. You can see that this man here, Stuart Kelly, stays out of the line as play continues. He hangs back, and that opened up an overlap. Finally, he has to come in. But Ken McGuinness, coming back on the inside, took advantage. He'd just been poleaxed in trying to make a tackle on Paul McGregor before that. Dropped in behind the line. By the time he came up, the damage had been done. The elusiveness of both McGregor and Ken McGuinness took advantage of the situation perfectly.
Territory, and the first time they visited, they've come away with the 4 points. In fact, it probably was knocked out by the impact of the Queenslanders' knee. But now it's O'Davis into his back line. Early minutes of State of Origin 2 and New South Wales by 4 points to 0. As Kelly, a dummy half, gave it to Moore inside to Smith, and a penalty against the Blues. So here he is. Can he reduce this leeway? He's pushed it across the face, but they've done well. The chase on the kick from Coyne in particular was good. Just outside the 20-metre line, New South Wales end of the park. Lamb off the right foot, high and across, looking for the jump, and the Blues come down with it. But I'll tell you what, he only just had hold of it, Jamie Ainscough.
That was all it took. It is a great take from Ainscough.
And then away on the left of the ground for Lamb to show it once, and they've cracked them. Moore is into open space. Oh, Brasher comes across with a beauty.
Oh, but they've bombed it. Two unmarked men on the inside, led by Stuart Kelly. I don't know if he got the call, Billy Moore, but he lost them.
Lamb then puts it out wide. Larson tries to get a desperation pass away. The Blues come up with it through Terry Hill. They'll do well to hold them out, Queensland. Tuvey away for Kosef to go in. Kosef is over the line. The Blues are in again, and they lead 8 points to 0.
The quarter of the game is gone, and looking at the tackle counts, Queensland have been made to do twice as many tackles as their opponents, and eventually it's going to tell, and that will be on the scoreboard. Nick Kosef just getting on the outside there, some tired forwards. This all came about, of course, from Brett Dallas losing the football first tackle. Kosef getting outside Billy Moore.
Successful the first time. This time he hits it much better, and it's straight between the uprights. And the Tuvey it is with a darting run that sees him able to unload. And supporting was Pay, so was Terry Hill. He's the ball carrier, Terry Hill, and he's put down 40 metres away from the Queensland line. 5 gone. Simon is there. They put it through the hands for Dimmick. Dimmick holding it back, draws the defence in. McGregor's with it. McGregor to McGuinness. McGuinness gets it inside for Dimmick. Dimmick's over. Try number 3. The Blues are ripping them apart at the MCG.
Beautiful attacking play there by New South Wales on the last tackle. I do think it was a defensive mistake on the outside by the Queensland winger to come in. As we freeze it there, you can see that Matty Singh makes the decision to come in on McGregor. I thought that maybe McGregor may have been covered on the inside, but Singh decides to come in. It was one of those options. Julian O'Neill, he got a little bit of a checkered passage, and Jim Dimmick, who really instigated the try with the long cutout pass, did well to stay alive and be there to take the pass back on the inside. The last tackle and beat signal, they busted them on the other side, and Dimmick celebrates along with Tim Brasher. And now it's a real mountain for Queensland to climb. It's one of those decisions to come in or to stay out. I just think by coming in, John Simon unsuccessful with the kick, he just made it a little bit harder for the support players to get across.
Now away from Coyne for Lamb, then for O'Davis. O'Davis can't free himself from the tackle, but he gets the ball away. Goddard is put down, 3 metres out from the New South Wales line. As it's played back for Tierney with the head down, looking to do it himself, and forced to play the ball, held by Big Harrigan and by Menzies. Lamb then again. Aiken across the Moore. Here's Dallas. Oh, he only had to catch it and put it down.
Well, in Brett Dallas's defence, I think he thought that the pass wasn't going to come all the way to him.
As they go on the left of the ground, Smith, and then for Lamb. Away then for Aiken. Billy Moore out very wide. Then Matt Singh comes back in and puts it over the line. There's the first try for the Queenslanders. The start of the resurgence. 33rd minute and 14-4.
To be any chance in this game, they had to score before half-time, and they did it well going wide. Just have a look at the angle of the try scorer.
That's exactly the line you want to run. Matty Singh knows this line. He realises they've been sliding across and swallowing them up, but he comes hard and straight back against the sliding defence. And he's only running at arms there, and with the strength and speed, he's able to force his way through. There was never any reason for it. I think he just wore it for the sake of wearing it.
Julian O'Neill then hooking it away, and no addition to the Queensland score. And half-time a couple of minutes away for Clinton O'Brien to get a one-hander out the back. Good work by him. Goddard's pass has gone on through 2 sets of hands for Adrian Lamb. The ball comes loose. They still go for it. That's Ben Aiken. He's 2 metres out from the line.
Numbers to the right.
Jason Smith then. Away on the right. It's with Lamb. Lamb comes across and he puts O'Davis over. O'Davis is over. Queensland are in for another. 14 points to 8.
They'll never write them off. And Adrian Lamb, once he starts running to the line and drawing defenders, anything can happen. New South Wales starting to get a little bit carefree with some passing. We saw a quick pass from Adam Muir earlier. Jim Dimmick just trying to offload too much. Adrian Lamb, he runs across. He opens the gap up, and again, it was the angle of the run from Robbie O'Davis. Terry Hill desperately wanted to stay out on his man.
As Julian O'Neill looking for the extras and gets them.
Jim Dimmick leaves the field, and Matt Sears, the utility player from North Sydney, gets some game time now. That'll mean a reshuffling in the New South Wales lineup as Queensland through Jamie Goddard take it over the 40-metre line, centre field.
That offload, there's Clinton O'Brien hobbling away. I think Gary Larson would like to have done the same, but they can ill afford to be without him. And even in the pain from that injury I described, he was able to get that ball away for Goddard. Now Lamb, and Lamb sets himself to turn it back on the inside, something that Phil Gould thinks they've got to do more of. Jason Smith playing it, Goddard sweeping it, Lamb running it straight ahead and pulled down there in a confrontation with Brasher. The Queensland side is 10 metres away from the line as Jason Smith gets a floating pass away for Dallas. He's over! Dallas is in! Fortin goes up, the Queenslanders go up, and it's 14 all.
All the redheads are up. Jason Smith, a good ball out to Brett Dallas, but he's got to do it all himself, Dallas. What about the in and out? Totally bamboozled his opposite man. Marvellous work. Adrian Lamb, he just reminded the defence that he can run the football. He doesn't have to pass it.
Here he is from near the touch line. He's way offline. You can have 5-2 now. 35 metres away from the Maroons line. From Simon, they go for Menzies out wider. And we haven't seen a lot of Steve Menzies with freedom. Now Brasher tries to hurt them. Terry Hill is tackled 20 metres away from the Queensland line. Now with McGregor. Oh, he loses it. And then Simon appears to... Oh, he said play on! He said play on!
Tackle.
What a tackle that was!
Kelly
it was Stuart Kelly! Now, Simon, they're waving on the right of the ground. McGregor. I don't think he's got it down. He's held up in goal.
I just thought it was a double knock on McGregor. Well, I guess that one's gone back in the referee's mind. Have a look at Stuart Kelly on Matt Sears. It's a corker. And this isn't far behind it either. Queensland, all hands on deck. 4 players.
By Dean Pay and Steve Menzies. Now O'Davis takes on the role of first receiver. Aiken goes across the park. That's Julian O'Neill. Oh, my goodness, I thought he was going to go all the way. A metre from the line, Queensland with the dummy half pulled down. 5 tackles gone for them now. O'Neill sweeps it away. Aiken goes to the air. It's not such a bad kick. McGuinness tested, and it'll go back to the 20-metre line for the restart.
No, it's too deep.
As Tuvey appeals for what he thought might have been a dangerous tackle. They try and go down the blind side again. Now McGregor goes back before going forward. Picks up Muir. Muir able to unload the ball. Sears from a standing start is pulled down, and he'll be made to play the ball on 5. About 45 metres away from the Queensland line. Simon then. McGuinness on a run down the right flank. His kick is being covered by O'Davis, who takes it over the dead ball line. I can't recall a draw in State of Origin football. This is Tierney now. Why haven't we seen Aaron Raper? Does anybody know? Hold the phone blocker! Hold everything! Queensland down to the 35-metre line. Goddard. And now for Lamb. They punch back on the blind. Coyne is there. Coyne is upended. 25 metres away from the New South Wales line. Then away from Lamb into O'Davis, and then high for Aiken, and equally high for Smith. Now it's with O'Neill, and he'll be forced to play the ball. 19 metres away from the New South Wales line. Playing it back on the last tackle for Jason Smith, and he tries to, well, he actually couldn't get his kick in. He passed the ball, and O'Neill was left with the job. He couldn't get it away to the 40-metre line. Tuvey now starting to take the harness off, starting to run like he did late in the match at Suncorp. Simon, Fairley, across the ground. Sears held by the back of the jumper. Fairley there to support a second time. McGregor, then McGuinness, and McGuinness is pulled down by Matt Singh. Last tackle again, 25 out. And Simon goes for the drop goal. It's wide, isn't it? He's got the hand up, he's given it.
He's got it.
David Manson said fair goal. 15-14, New South Wales in front as we go to a break. And they play the ball inside the 20-metre line. Robbie O'Davis. Then it's gone from Billy Moore. Back for Adrian Lamb. And the little fellow tries to duck under the tackles. On 5. The dummy half is Goddard. He's looking for O'Neill. No, it's Robbie O'Davis. He tries to level it up. And it's been touched in flight. So he's ordered the turnover to New South Wales. Trailing by a point, Queensland. Lamb into the hands of O'Neill. O'Neill floating it. Ben Aiken enjoying playing. Oh! McGregor has gone high on Matt Singh. And David Manson calling McGregor across.
Well, I've got to say, I'm not thinking of the tackle here at the moment. I'm thinking of whether Queensland have got a kicker who can put them one in front from 38 metres out, 8 metres in from the sideline.
You can bet your bottom dollar that Julian O'Neill will have the confidence. There it goes. It's coming around. Has it got the length? No, it fell short. It fell short. The coach's face fell short at the same time. 38 metres out from his own line. Jason Smith across. Julian O'Neill. Ben Aiken is taken out of it. McGregor's tackle and the ball comes loose. Manson orders a knock-on. Played by Adam Muir. The siren has sounded. Sears takes it to ground. And the State of Origin, the Coca-Cola State of Origin for 1997 has been won by New South Wales. 2-0. 8-6 at Suncorp and 15-14 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. They've won the series. They've levelled the State of Origin series at 8-all. That's already been achieved. but from Brisbane to Melbourne to home for New South Wales. They did it to New South Wales in the middle 80s. Billy's got the voice box working. Now, the Queenslanders getting their normal reception in Sydney. Game 3 in the Coca-Cola State of Origin is underway. Off the boot of Andrew Johns, and the kick eventually fielded and brought back by Gary Larson. And then from Goddard for Lamb to switch the point of the attack. Aiken has burst through. Aiken's on his way. He's going to score. Aiken scores for Queensland. Queensland have got first blood. Ben Aiken.
Well, what about that? Aiken, so much pressure on this kid coming into the series. The uncustomary role of 5'8". He just carved them up. Ben Aiken, after a simple reverse of play here, Adrian Lamb just drifting across. New South Wales coming up quickly. Adam Muir was one of them. Got a little bit of help there from Neil Tierney. He wasn't a shepherd, but he didn't hurt proceedings. Ben Aiken, he's gone 40 metres to get exactly the kind of start Queensland were looking for.
Yeah, and what a thing confidence can do. Ben Aiken didn't even look for support. He thought, I'll take pressure on.
No coming off the bench for Julian tonight. Strikes it. Further 2 points are there for the Queensland Maroon. Set of 6 for Queensland following the try. The beautiful try from Ben Aiken. Now they put it through the hands. Billy Moore. He got a pass inside again for Ben Aiken. 32 metres away from the New South Wales line. The last tackle. Lamb will kick. He does that. He's looking on the right of the ground for Dallas. And Matt Sears is there to take it to ground. Since he entered Origin football. Moore swinging it away. Caution to the wind. Lamb puts the right foot step on. Muir was able to bring him down. It's back almost where it started from, but it's with Ben Aiken, the player of the moment. 20-metre line. Eddie Ward's whistle. There's a little bit of a scuffle up on the ground.
Yeah, we've got the 2 number 9s at it. Jamie Goddard and Andrew Johns. A little disagreement. Goddard would want to hope that this penalty, and that's if it draws a penalty, does not go against his team because they were in possession. Oh, there you saw Goddard in. He comes in, and he does hit Andrew Johns with a couple before Johns reacts. And from that, it would appear as though this will go against the Queensland side.
Carroll came back like a runaway tram, and the Queenslander, Goddard, I think it is absolutely in Disneyland. The trainer just picked him up like a bag of wheat and escorted him to the sideline.
He's in all sorts of trouble, Jamie Goddard. They're trying to get him off on the far side. That's not Goddard, that looks like Clinton O'Brien.
It's Clinton O'Brien, you're quite right. Now they come up out of the scrum and Mark Carroll is throwing them. Andrew Johns is looking for Goddard. He's into Goddard. Carroll is into his opposition, prop forward. And the Origin at the Sydney Football Stadium has really blown up.
We heard about aggression coming into this game, and there's Andrew Johns trying to get around the touchdown.
Oh, he's landed it right on the pecker.
Well, this is unbelievable.
I don't know about Andrew Johns taking Jamie Goddard on a third time.
Well, I tell you what, Jamie Goddard cleaned him up the second time, and that's why we saw Andrew Johns looking to get around one of the officials to get another go at him, because Goddard, he didn't miss.
So Johns has got blood streaming from a mouth wound. And in the interim, Clinton O'Brien is being assisted from the far side of the ground.
I think they just had to turn it up. John's just got 10 minutes. He's got a cut in his mouth. He has to get sewn up anyway. That'll be the full 10 minutes.
There's the 2 front rowers, Carroll and Craig Smith, getting involved, and then it just developed.
Away from Billy Moore. Aiken across then for O'Neill. O'Neill's over. It's another try. The Maroons are in again. points to nil. Queensland after 12 minutes.
And here a very clever play from Queensland to go away from Adrian Lamb on the last tackle. Julian O'Neill, just his strength took him across. He carried Jamie Ainscough over, but so many of the New South Wales players would have been expecting it to go to the other side to Adrian Lamb.
20 metres out. Looks good off the boot, coming around precisely. Beautiful kick by Julian O'Neill. Away and now for Ainscough. Ainscough puts a grubber in, and was he fouled? It'll be a penalty. Penalty right in front for the Blues. And first points coming up for the Blues. So there it is, 12 points to 2. Back for Tuvey. Now it's with Andrew Johns. Cuts out a couple and picked up on the half volley by Michael Buettner. 5 tackles gone. Dallas away for Lamb, who peppers them again with the kick across the ground. The bat down, it's come down. Oh, Billy Moore, he had a shot at it. It's gone forward, and referee Eddie Ward calling it back. A dummy half, sweeping it, and then from Kossev, it's away for Johns. Oh, Johns has held it up for Menzies, and Menzies is over the line. Did he get it down?
I don't think he has.
It's held up in goal. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a miraculous piece of defence from Queensland.
Unbelievable. And Queensland do this so often. Stephen Menzies, I think, relaxed. A great ball from Andrew Johns. A variation on the play they used not 30 seconds ago. And Menzies, I felt for sure he thought, and Matt Singh is there again. How often has he done that in Origin football?
There's a problem for Matt Singh. So at the moment, 12 men out there for Queensland. New South Wales still on the attack, of course. They've got the scrum feed.
Tuvey for Johns again. He puts a grubbing kick across. He's looking for Brescia. Brescia! He has scored! Did he get it down? Tim Brescia. The referee is calling timeout, talking to the in-goal judge. He's heading over to talk to the touch judge, who is standing in the in-goal, which indicates that
No try.
he has indicated to his referee that the ball was deflected forward.
He actually got possession, Tim Brasher, and knocked on. He couldn't get the ball down again. He's got possession there, and it pops out. Again, never got the ball down.
Desperately looking to crack Queensland. Ball coming off Buettner. This is play on. Kelly gets it away. Dallas is on his way. The hands go up, but the referee's called it back. Eddie Ward has called half-time. The nod that everybody's ready, and so the second half is underway. The last half of Origin football for this year. And a mistake by New South Wales. And they're 10 metres out from the line. Lamb looking for the running. Coyne has got downward pressure on it. It's a try, scored by Mark Coyne. It was there for Coyne and Romeo Davis, and Coyne has got there in time.
It took 3 minutes in the first half. It's taken 1 in the second. And precision, absolutely perfect. And Mark Coyne, he didn't panic. He didn't try and catch it on the full. He just allowed the ball to land and threw his body on it. A great kick from Adrian Lamb. Not easy to find space.
O'Neill then off the tee, and he's got it online tonight.
Matt Singh's off the hospital. He's got an ankle injury. Ben Eichen is off the hospital, and doesn't look like Craig Smith and Clinton O'Brien will be back either.
Steve Roach, Terry Hill, an injury.
Yeah, he has a torn groin muscle. He will not be back. And what an empty feeling this will be for New South Wales if they get beat. They've won the series, but in front of their home crowd.
It's Robbie O'Davis now. Ainscough now. Johns. And then for Barrett. High tackle. We'll see a penalty go to New South Wales. Bartram and Brasher come away. Young Barrett on the ground underneath that melee. Who hold a commanding lead of 18-2. Johns running to McGuinness. McGuinness for Ainscough! That's a try! That's a try! Scored by Jamie Ainscough. 18-6, and the Blues have finally scored a try.
And they've persisted and persisted back in this right-hand corner. Finally, the evasion of Andrew Johns. He took 2 and 3 across, and they just ran out of numbers. Stuart Kelly didn't read it particularly well. He could have drifted further out earlier to get over in front of Ainscough, but he stayed interested with McGuinness. Paid the penalty because he left too much room on the outside for Ainscough to sneak around.
They're inexperienced on the wing.
21 out, and he's pushed it too wide.
They've got to get to their 6 tackles every time, control possession. For New South Wales, they've got to get some repeat sets. They've got to keep putting the ball in the air, try and force some penalties. This isn't going to help their cause.
Well, you've got to kick for goal here, and can you believe it? Been marched 10 metres for flicking the football away.
Largely responsible for that scoreline, and this time he's offline. Kosef, Muir, out the back for Tuvey. Good pass by Muir. Simon with the catch and pass, Johns with the kick, and Robbie O'Davis, who has been just so good right through the series, cleaning it up. Oh, mighty defence. Carrigan is worried about Jason Smith. Muir. There's that pass that some ridicule him for. Really his trademark. Michael Butner.
Got to go forward, get some second phase play going forward.
It's a nasty tackle on Michael. He's clutching at that knee, as you can see. He bent over, buckled over in the tackle very awkwardly.
Yeah, that'll be his left ankle and under all those bodies.
Tuvey choosing which way to go. Going himself up the centre. The pass away for Johns. Johns is over. The Blues are over. Under the uprights. It will be 18-12.
And we've got the grandstand finish we were looking for, because this will be 6 points. That will bring New South Wales to within 6. Jeff Tuvey, as he's done so often at the highest level, finds some space. Andrew Johns, a marvellous effort, not only to be there, but to get the arm out with 2 players hanging off him. Tuvey, well, he's making this dummy half running almost an art form. Clinton O'Brien struggling to stop him from passing the football, and Andrew Johns reaches out to score.
The conversion successful, 18-12. Simon. Johns. Fairley. 40-metre line. Just over 2 minutes to go. Tuvey to the left. Kosef. Tuvey again. Carrigan, a juggle. Then an offload. Well done. Sears, Johns, Simon. Then Menzies. Menzies is 15 out and over the sideline. Tremendous tackling by Queensland.
Match-winning tackling. They'd have had 2 rucks left. They'd have had a kick at the end, and Mark Coyne, he caps a magnificent defensive game.
Bartram. As Brasher waits. And a penalty to the Blues. Well, now they've got the chance that they probably were only dreaming of.
20 seconds.
Menzies away for Ainscough to eventually get it in. 13 seconds on the clock. Menzies, his pass to Simon. 7 seconds on the clock. Simon's kick. 3 seconds on the clock. O'Davis has come down with the ball. Let him take it home with him. He really has been something special. Queensland have won the closing State of Origin. Paul Vorton with the monkey off the back. 18 points to 12. Queensland over the Blues.
Special thanks to Tom Radonicus, a winning series in his first effort.